What's up, y'all? We back at it with another video for Kagurabachi. They just dropped the latest chapter, chapter 61. And there's one thing I gotta point out, man. People sleeping on Yura. As the leader of the Hisoku group, everything he's planning is just so beautiful. It's like his plans are based on the heroes doing what he wants them to do. And it's like every situation, somehow he manages to trick these guys into revealing what he wants them to reveal. This chapter right here is a prime example, and it's just like, damn, like I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't make any moves because I would be concerned that the moves I make is all according to his plan, because it's just crazy, man. It's really crazy. Chihiro and them just need to like chill out, relax, and just take their time, man. Not only that, we do get introduced to two more members of the Hisoku group. One of them is a guy, his name is Kuguri, and then the other one's a female. We don't know her name. They don't mention her name. As of right now, she's just the sixth member of the group that we found out about. We still don't even know the name of the guy who looks like Best Genius. He's labeled as sorcerer number 5 from their group. So it's crazy that we got people where we don't know their name, we don't know who they are, and they're nothing but they're pretty much a mystery. And we probably won't even get her name as well, because the guy who looks like Best Genius, I want to say he got introduced like maybe like 15, 20 chapters ago. We still don't know his name. She might fall under the same category, as well as the one guy who was fighting against Samura, who was making the trees and stuff. We don't know his name as well. We don't know the name of the sorcerers that was around that helped take out Chihiro's father. So this group still has a lot of mystery revolving around them. We only know a few select members, Yura, Hiko, as well as this new guy. Other than that, the rest of the members are quite a mystery. But the chapter does start off where we got 3 blades on the first page, and I'm not gonna lie, that panel is just cold. I would love to get this in color, just to see all the details with each blade, but dang, this is a dope ass way to start the chapter. And of course, you got the antenna up here, and you got Samura's blade as well as Yoji blade. Shout out to Yoji, man. Hey, there's a chance he could be alive. There's a chance he could be alive, just based off what we get in this chapter. But it starts off where you got, Chihiro as well as the ninjas. They're all sitting down. They're having breakfast. It's 11:20 in the morning, and I think it's hilarious on how these ninjas are tending to Chihiro. And this might be why Samura decided, like, yo, I need to get away from these guys. I don't want them to be involved. I don't want them to cater to me the way that they are, because I am not a hero. And that could have pushed him further on the path that he decided to choose, because while Chihiro's sitting here, you got it where they're feeding this guy. You got it where they're wiping his mouth from, wiping the food around his mouth off. You got it where he picks up a cup, they're pouring him a drink. And you got it with Chihiro himself, like, yo, hey, look, man, I appreciate the support, but you guys ain't got to do all this. But you see where they're like, nah, man, you have been labeled as our prime objective is to protect you. So this is what comes with it. And like I said, that could be what made Samura kind of feel guilty, because he could feel like he doesn't deserve everything that they're doing for him, because he is no hero, at least not in his eyes. But you got it where Samura is pretty much watching this whole area. He's surveilling everything with his ability of his sword, his enchanted blade. And honestly, his sword may not be like a powerhouse, but the fact that he's able to watch everything, watch a whole area, and you have it where they tell Chihiro, like, yo, don't pull out your blade. The moment you pull out your blade, he's gonna know it, and he's gonna hop in on your location and use that to take you out. But at the same time, you got it where these ninjas are saying, like, yo, we can use that to our advantage, because if we ever want to get in contact with him, all we need for you to do, Chihiro, is unsheath your sword, which will bring him straight to us. And I think that's a pretty smart idea. It's very smart, very smart. You also have it where these ninjas are saying, like, yo, they pretty much want to convince him to come back to their side. It's not about stopping him and killing him. It's more so about telling him, like, trying to persuade him that what he's doing is wrong, and that he needs to be working with them, which is crazy. It shows that they still have feelings for him, and it makes me wonder if they get into a situation where Chihiro has a moment to actually take down Samura, would they allow him or would they try to stop him? Very curious on how that would turn out. But you also got it where they're saying there's a chance that your boy Yoji could still be alive, because maybe Samura may have did the same thing that he did to Chihiro, where a couple moments later he would come back to life, and there's a chance he could have did it with Yoji. But you got it where these ninjas are saying, well, like, we're not going to hold our breath on that. We think that he's pretty much gone, and they're saying like, yo, there's a way we can get leverage on Samura. And so I'm looking like, what could they do? It turns out that this guy has a daughter. They're saying like, yo, it's a chance you can use his daughter as a hostage. Now, of course, your boy Chihiro's like, yo, that's not something I want to do. The ninja says, yo, we would never do that. In fact, it's nearly impossible to find this girl. And then that's when you find out that, your boy Samura, put a spell on her, or a spell on everyone, where no one, if they were to see them side by side, no one would be able to figure out that they were even related. Pretty much is similar to like what Doctor Strange did in the last Spider-Man movie, where no one would know you ever existed. That's pretty much what they did with Samura's daughter. No one knows that, no one would know that she was related to him. In fact, it goes even beyond what happened in Spider-Man, to the point where her herself isn't even aware that her father is Samura, which is insane. Like, I wonder if it was him who did that spell, or if it was another one of these ninjas that did the spell. But they were a part of that mission. That was the only mission they ever did with Samura, was to help her fake her death. And so, yeah, she's unaware of who she is, and the world is unaware of who she is. But I believe Samura is still aware that that's his daughter, and he's keeping watch on her with his owl ability, which is crazy. Now, I want to say, the moment something happens to his daughter, I think his whole personality is going to change. I'm not saying anything's going to happen to her, but that's just the vibes I get. But you got it where, Chihiro and these ninjas, they're saying we need to get to her and kind of like put her away in a safe spot, because if the Hisaku group get a hold of her, they're going to use her to their advantage in order to take down Samura. And it's like a deadlock. You got these three groups, going against one another, all for the enchanted blades, for their own means. And you got it where if they get a hold of the daughter, Samura pretty much have to cave and do whatever they want in order to save the life of his daughter. Now, I'm not saying he would, but at the same time, he just seems very skilled, where I wouldn't even want to risk it, because that's the type of situation where he probably wouldn't forgive you. He'll come after you regardless and take you down. But of course, you have it where we get introduced to, the two new members of the Hisoku group, the guy named Kuguri, as well as this girl who's the sixth member we've been introduced to, outside of the people we don't, outside of the people we got names for. But you got it where they're in a market, and this guy seems like he might be kind of dope. He seems like he may be very similar to Sojo. In fact, he even mentions Sojo in this chapter, where he says he really wants to slice something up. You got it where the girl walks up to him and says like, yo, you're really making me nervous. You shouldn't be carrying an enchanted blade around. So he has an enchanted blade on his back. I'm assuming it's one of the ones from the bearers we have yet to see in the story. Well, we've seen them all, but actually interact with in the story. And you got it where he says like, no, I'm trying to do as Sojo said, and I'm trying to become one with the sword. I'm trying to understand the sword. Even though he doesn't have a contract with it yet, he's unable to use it. He still wants to get like an early start with it. And I wonder if that's going to help deepen his bond with the sword, if they do happen to take out the bearer of the sword. We don't know which bearer is in control of the sword that he has, because he has it wrapped up in paper, wrapped up in some type of cloth. But you have it where this guy even says he's not even a fan of your boy Hiko, because he kind of does things messy, and he doesn't like the fact that Yura lets him get away with all the stuff that he does. And we find out that your boy Hiko, and again, I'm saying his name short. His name is Hiru Hiku. You know what I'm saying? It's just easier for me to say Hiko. But you got it where they saying he's pretty much unable to touch his enchanted blade right now. He's trying to in rehab trying to get his limbs back working the way that they were working before they got slashed off by Chihiro. And you also have it where if he was to touch that enchanted blade, there's a chance that Samura would probably come after him. But you got him in rehab and he's just folding paper birds, making paper cranes. I think that's hilarious given how that was his ability before he got the enchanted blade. Now I wonder if he regrets it. I wonder if he misses his powers that he had before he made a contract with the enchanted blade. But you have it where these two members that we got introduced to from the Hishuku group saying that their plan, their job is to find the girl and kidnap her, referring to Samura's daughter. And it was like, yo, we don't have any clue who she is or where she is and where she's at. And then you got it where the Kuguri says like, yo, they will reveal it to us soon enough, saying that the heroes will reveal her location and reveal who she is, because that's what they're going to do. And they made the statement earlier that they were going to find her and take her to a safe location. And once they do that, these guys are going to swoop in and try to nab her so that they can have leverage over Samura. And that's crazy that everything they're doing is falling into the plan of Yura, of what he wants to happen so that he can acquire all the enchanted blades. It's insane, man. These guys, it's just really crazy. But on the last panel, they show Samura's daughter. She's in a classroom. It looks like she's doing paperwork. And while she's doing the paperwork, if you look outside, you can see the eye of the owl looking at her. So I imagine that Samura is keeping a tight watch over her, as well as the rest of the city in general. And that may be the main reason he wanted his sword back, just to be able to watch over his sister. I mean, not sister, his daughter, and get rid of the other enchanted blades at the same time. I'm very curious about that. But let me know your thoughts down below on this chapter. How do you think this is going to turn out? And how the heck is Yura planning this stuff so well? Let me know your thoughts down below, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.